Coyote Ugly is a 2000 romantic comedy drama based on the actual Coyote Ugly saloon, set in New York City. The film stars Piper Perabo and Adam Garcia. It was directed by David McNally, produced by Jerry Bruckheimer and Chad Oman, and written by Gina Wendkos. Plot: Violet Sanford leaves her hometown of South Amboy, New Jersey, her father Bill, and best friend Gloria to pursue her dreams of becoming a songwriter in nearby New York City. The pizza shop where she works has a wall covered with the autographs of employees that left, hoping to make it big, and Violet adds hers to the wall. Violet tries unsuccessfully, a lot of times, to get her demo tape noticed by the recording studios. One night, she tries to get herself noticed by a music industry scout. The bartender jokingly points out Kevin O'Donnell, making her believe that he is the bar owner. When the joke is discovered, Violet feels that Kevin was making a fool out of her. With only a few dollars left in her pocket after her apartment is robbed, she goes to an all-night diner and notices three girls, Cammie, Rachel, and Zoe, flaunting the hundreds of dollars in tips they earned. After inquiring, she finds out that they work at a trendy bar named Coyote Ugly. She finds her way to the bar and convinces the bar owner Lil to give her an audition. Violet's first audition does not go well, but after breaking up a fight between two customers, Lil agrees to give her a second audition. At her second audition, Violet douses the fire warden in water, costing Lil $250. In order to keep her job, she has to make up $250 in one night. Kevin turns up at the bar, but ends up being auctioned off to one of the women in the bar. In order to pay off her debt to Kevin, Violet agrees to go on 4 dates with him. The two begin a relationship. Kevin commits himself to helping Violet overcome her stage fright so that she can sell her music. Violet's stage fright was shown to be inherited from her mother, who also came to New York to be a singer. Also shown is Violet's ability to sing to songs that she did not write. We learn this when she sings on the bar in order to save the necks of Cammie and Rachel, who were trying to break up a fight between the customers. One night a patron takes a picture of Violet in the middle of a raunchy move and with water pouring on her. When the picture appears in the paper, Violet's father happens to see it and gets angry at her. She continues to pursue her dream, though, despite being sidetracked with work at the bar. She gets fired when Kevin gets into a fight at the bar. She returns to New Jersey for her best friend's wedding and makes her way back to New York when her dad was in a car accident. Later she performs at an open mic night at the Bowery Ballroom with the Coyotes from the Coyote Ugly saloon. Her father, her best friend, and Kevin are all there for moral support. The performance goes over very well and she finally lands a deal with a record label. The film concludes back at Coyote Ugly with LeAnn Rimes having recorded Violet's song, singing on the bar as Violet joins in. Cast: Piper Perabo as Violet Sanford, Adam Garcia as Kevin O'Donnell, John Goodman as William Bill Sanford, Maria Bello as Lil Lovell, Isabella Micco as Cammie, Tyra Banks as Zoe, Bridget Monahan as Rachel, Melanie Linsky as Gloria, Del Pentecost as Lou, Michael Weston as Danny, Melody Perkins as New Coyote, LeAnn Rimes as herself, Johnny Knoxville as College Guy, John Fugelsang as Richie the Booker, Michael Bay makes a cameo as a photographer, Susan Ugly as Bidding Auction Woman, Caitlin Olsen as Bidding Auction Woman, Alex Borstein as Bidding Auction Woman, Carol Ann Susi as Bidding Auction Woman. Title: The film was based on an article, The Muse of the Coyote Ugly Saloon, in GQ by Elizabeth Gilbert, who worked as a bartender in the East Village. The bar, which opened in 1993, quickly became a favorite of the Lower East Side hipsters. As mentioned in the movie, the slang term, Coyote Ugly, refers to the feeling of waking up after a one-night stand, in discovering that your arm is underneath someone who is so physically repulsive that you would gladly chew it off without waking the person just so you can get away without being discovered. Coyotes are known to gnaw off limbs if they're stuck in a trap in order to facilitate escape. Production. Kevin Smith, who did an uncredited rewrite of the script, stated that a total of 8 writers worked on the script, while the Writers Guild of America only gave credit to Gina Wendkos, who wrote the first draft of the script, which, according to Smith, scarcely resembles the final film. Early on, before the producers decided to cast mostly unknown actors for the movie, the lead role of Violet Sanford was offered to pop singer Jessica Simpson, who turned it down. Filming took place in Manhattan and small towns in New Jersey including South Amboy and Seabright for a month. Production then moved to California and shooting took place in Los Angeles, West Hollywood, Pasadena and San Pedro. Reception. Coyote Ugly received mostly negative reviews from critics. Criticisms and praise centered around the belief that it was little more than an excuse to portray hot, sexy women dancing on a bar in a wet t-shirt contest. It currently holds a 22% rating on Rotten Tomatoes based on 96 reviews. The film also holds a 27% rating on Metacritic, indicating generally unfavorable reviews. VH1 made a statement about Rhimes' appearance in the film, stating, "Rhimes, herself, who was only 17 years old, was sporting leather pants and a skimpy top and in all likelihood, even with a fake ID, would never have been allowed inside any NYC bar." Unrated edition. In the summer of 2005, an unrated special edition of the film was released on DVD. The extended cut adds approximately 6 minutes to the film's runtime, most of which consists of additional shots of the Coyotes dancing on the bar and of Violet and Cammy trying on different outfits while shopping. Arguably, the most notable additions are the extension of the sex scene between Violet and Kevin, and the inclusion of an additional scene which shows the Coyotes winning a softball game because Cammy distracts the pitcher by stripping. Box office. The film opened at No. 4 at the North American box office, making $17.3 million in its opening weekend behind Space Cowboys, Nutty Professor 2, The Clumps and Hollow Man. It went on to gross $60.7 million domestically and $53.2 million around the world, to a total of $113.9 million worldwide, becoming a box office success. Soundtracks. The film's soundtrack features Violet's 4 songs from the movie, performed by LeAnn Rimes and written by Diane Warren, as well as several other songs not exclusive to the film. It achieved gold status within 1 month of its release on August 1, 2000 and platinum status on November 7, 2000. On April 18, 2001, the soundtrack was certified 2x Platinum, and on January 9, 2002 it was certified 3x Platinum. The soundtrack was certified 4x Platinum on July 22, 2008, was certified 5x Platinum in Canada and Gold in Japan in 2002. 3 singles were released from the soundtrack, all 3 by LeAnn Rimes. Can't Fight the Moonlight, which achieved gold status, became a nearly instant hit on the radio charts and peaked at number 11 on the Billboard Hot 100, But I Do Love You, and The Right Kind of Wrong. A second soundtrack, More Music from Coyote Ugly, with more songs that appeared in the film and remixes of 2 of Rimes' songs, followed on January 28, 2003. Although Piper Perabo was able to sing for her character, it was decided that LeAnn Rimes would provide Violet's singing voice, due to her soprano-type voice, far better for the role. This means that during LeAnn's cameo in the movie, she is effectively duetting with herself. Coyote Ugly soundtrack track listing chart performance. More music from Coyote Ugly track listing other songs in the film. The following songs appear in the movie, but on neither of the 2 soundtracks that were released: Party Up by DMX, Fly by Sugar Ray, I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor, That's Me by Tara McClain, Wherever You Will Go by The Calling, Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard, Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz, Beer, 30, by Reverend Horton Heat. Follow Me, by Uncle Cracker. Cruisin' for a Bruisin', Disambiguation Needed, by Nurse with Wound. Never Let You Go, by Third Eye Blind. Love is Alive, by Anastasia. Cowboy, by Kid Rock. Tony Adams, by Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros. Kylan, by Unwritten Law. Can't Help Falling in Love, by Elvis Presley. Like Water, by Chalk Farm. I Love Rock 'N' Roll, by Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.